so please be kind to him. And he's giving you guys the opportunity to see his new material here at the Firewater Grill. Everybody, please put your hands together for the very funny Deshaun, everybody. Please put your hands together.
Hey guys, how we doing tonight? How we doing? Is doing well? Yeah? Having a good Friday? So, I haven't been doing comedy for very long, like less than a year. So, I still get like that first initial nervousness every time I get on stage. So I have to use like those old coping techniques, like imagining everybody in their underwear. And can I just say, man, kudos. But, a little bit about me is, like as a comedian, I think it's kind of funny because I like really dumb jokes, like the worse a joke is, the funnier I think it is. Like if every joke I could hear from now on could just look like a cornfield, that would be amazing. Yes. Puns? Yeah. But, like knock-knock jokes, like I really enjoy knock-knock jokes. But I was thinking about it, I feel like knock-knock jokes could be different depending on where you live. Like let's say that you're living in a black neighborhood, and it doesn't have to be that black of a neighborhood either. It doesn't have to be like Akon black, because let's face it, like Akon is dark. I feel like the night should be jealous about how dark Akon is. And we'll just be like, hey, I'm gonna go spend the night at Akon's house tonight. Hang out with him. Like a nice Chris Brown colored neighborhood will be dark enough for you. But if you're in that kind of neighborhood, a knock-knock joke might go, knock knock. Who's there? The police. Okay, that's the end of the joke. All you're gonna hear at that point is like glass breaking and people running. Let's say that you're in a white neighborhood, and I mean like so white, where if anybody living there gets tan, like everyone else gets nervous. You hear somebody say like, I don't know how this happened. I don't know how all these minorities ended up on our neighborhood. It's crazy. But if you're living in that kind of neighborhood, a knock-knock joke for you, like if you use a black name at the door, it'll be knock knock. Who's there? Tyrone. At this point, I have to assume the house is haunted because I definitely heard somebody say, who's there? But now there's no one home. Like the curtains are moving by themselves. I hear somebody's voice go away. It's terrible. And let's say that you're living in a Mexican neighborhood. And I mean like so Mexican where you're either literally in Mexico or the parking lot of a Home Depot. If you're in that kind of neighborhood, a knock-knock joke for you might go, knock knock. Who's there? Jose. What? My name's Jose. Next door. Hey, that's my name too. Across the street. Did somebody say my name? What's going on here? It's a great place to meet people named Jose. That's all I'm saying. So, how about them Lakers? See what that is? That's actually one of my patent pending awkward breaks, like whenever I deem a situation awkward enough, I'll just throw these out like they're smoke bombs and I'm a ninja trying to escape into the night. That's me. But the only problem with using that one is sometimes I'll run into somebody who really does know about basketball and I don't know anything. So this is the conversation I have to have. I'll just be like, so how about them Lakers? And they'll be like, oh man, their passing game's on point, but they got to work on their shooting and layups. And I'm like, dude, like I was just kidding. Like I don't even watch football, so like, it's pretty much what my life breaks down into. Me trying to like diffuse awkward situations. It's kind of like the Hurt Locker, except for that much more awkward. So, but that's stuff I like to do. Another thing about me, like as a black man, I think it's fun to pull my race card sometimes. I think it's fun. But as I was thinking about it, like I don't know who hands out race cards. Is there like a race card certification board I should be worried about? Like I'm gonna have a group of black guys come to my door one day and like, hey, Mr. Mason, we're just here to test your black level. Just make sure everything's up to code. All right, come on in, guys. Just watch out for the broken watermelon shells. What? Huh? What am I cooking? Oh, it's fried chicken. That noise? That's my dog. She's a pit bull. Her name's Bonquisha. And Like, but as I was thinking about it more and more, I started to wonder, like, if there was an actual test you had to take, like, depending on the scores, like, that shows what situations you're allowed to pull your race card in. Like, if I had the lowest score, you know, and I got pulled over by a cop, I couldn't just be, I was like, oh, no, you're only doing this because I'm black. He'd be like, no, you need at least, like, a 3 on your race card to even begin to attempt this. You know, but, like, if you had the highest score, like, I have to imagine to be awesome. You know, you could just, like, make anybody, like, you, sir, how dare you laugh at my jokes? You're only doing it because I'm black. You know, like, you could find somebody on the other side of the street and just yell at them, like, hey, don't walk like that. It's racist. Cut it out. But if I was the one to make the test, though, I'd, like, separate it into 5 different categories. I'd say we got food, animals, let's say athletics, got speech patterns, and location. You know, for food, as a black guy, like, food would be chicken gets you 100, say catfish is a 70, Chinese food's like a 40, and curry's a 0. No black people should be eating curry, that's what I'm saying. And let's say for animals, we got a dog, that's 40 points, a pit bull, 70 points, and actually, instead of owning a dog, being afraid of dogs is 100 points. Yeah, perfect story. You know, for athletics, we got, say, basketball's 100, football, 70, ultimate frisbee, that's like a 40, and swing's a 0, for obvious reasons. And let's say for speech patterns, we've got Ebonics, that's 100, say country accents, like 60, Hawaii talk, which is a 40, very depressing. And I'm not sure if this happened, but British accents, which is a 45. So, yeah. And for location, we've got Africa, that nets you 100. So if you know anybody who's had their car stereo stolen, that's a 70. Where I live, which is a 60. And if you live next to a golf course, that's a 0. But there is one exception to this. If you happen to live in Bel Air because of a certain kid from Philadelphia whose mother was awfully worried about him, that nets you 100. It's perfect. Yeah. But, you know, that's just... Oh, I almost forgot. I gotta tell you guys what my rank on the race car test is now. Like, the way I set it up, that would make my black rank a 2. And sadly, that makes my white rank a 4. So, yeah. But yeah, that's the things I wonder about, you know? Things I like to think about, you know? Sometimes I like to just reminisce. Like, do you guys remember how easy it was to end a friendship back in kindergarten? Like, all you had to do was kick somebody in the shin and that was just like it. That'd be the end of a relationship. You know, sure, it was like an accident, but as soon as the foot to shin contact happened, that was just like a wrap on the relationship. You know? Like, that's what happened between Bowser and Mario, Britney Spears and sweatpants, Bush and the economy. It was just the circle of life. That's how things worked. Another thing I miss from kindergarten, like, remember this? You used to be able to give a girl a box of cookies, and like, bam, you guys were married. You know? Like, I wish we could do that now. I could give my girlfriend a box of cookies. She'd be like, oh my God, thank you. She'd take it back to her friends later, and they would say, he went to Keebler's. While in the background you hear, every kiss begins with Keebler. Ding. Yeah. Like, have you guys ever seen people planking before, you know? People will take pictures of themselves, they're just laying down, face down. It's like too easy. I got something new, I'm just gonna borrow this chair real quick, okay? Thank you. So, yeah, I call this gargling, right? So all you're gonna do is just find yourself like a nice little perch to get on, right? And then find somebody you wanna make eye contact with, and then make this face. Like, try to catch people as they're walking into rooms with that. It's great, it's great. Yeah. And one last thing I just wanna leave you guys with, I actually found a good way to test how redneck somebody was, and I just wanna try that out. Sir, can I ask you to help me out here? Yeah. All right, so the test starts with a high five. All right, you just failed the redneck test, okay? Because if you were really redneck, you would have left me hanging. All right, guys, thank you. And it's
going, go with the rope. Keep it going. Give him a round of applause. Deshaun over there. Very funny man. Come on, keep it going. I'm sure he just started doing stand-up. I'm looser now. Somerville, I'm ready to go. My drinkers are ready to go. I was talking about, I just got out of a relationship. I almost got married a while back. Anybody here? Who's married in the room by a round of applause? Give me a round of applause. Who's married?